And we are live. G'day, g'day, g'day. How are we? YouTube is going off right now. I am loving it. Thank you so much for joining, guys. You're all like chatting away. I love it so much. Please, please, please do let me know that you can hear me okay. I am having to close all the curtains and everything because it's so bright here where I am. Let me know in the chat box how you are and where you are listening in from around the world. I know it takes a little bit longer for face ache, as I like to call it, to catch up. Please also let me know that you can hear me okay. I think I had everything set up just before I went live, but you never know. You might not be able to hear me, so hopefully you can. Great stuff. How are we, ladies and gents? How's things going? How are things around the world where you are? It's been quite an active week, ladies and gents. I think it's fair to say, isn't it? So how is the weather in New Jersey today, sweetheart? Is it good? Is it on the decline now? Is it a little bit cooler there? It's absolutely stunning where I am, absolutely stunning. I am living the dream, as they say, living the dream. Very, very happy, very, very content. And a lot of you have been reaching out to me and saying, oh, Lucy, it's so nice to see you so happy and so content. And I am so, so, so grateful for that. I've heard that it is bikini weather back in the UK, which is absolutely incredible. One of my girlfriends was like, hello, I went out in a jumper and I need my bikini. I'm like, good stuff. I'm so happy for you guys. I really, really, really do hope that it stays that way for when I am back there in the 12th of November. I'm going to be in the UK. It's official. I will be back in the UK on the 12th of November, and I'm going to get to that in a little while. So we've got Dubai on. That's absolutely amazing. Love that. That's a little sign for me. Thank you very much. Yes, I have caught a little bit of sun, to say the least. It's really gorgeous where I am. And yeah, I've been embracing it, although I haven't actually been embracing it. Like, I haven't been on the beach or anything like that, but I've been embracing the journey that I have been on, which has been an absolutely magical, magical fasting period that I've been doing over here. So we've got Latvia on. Hey, Diana, hope you're well, my babe. We've got Florida. It's great. All of you guys are on here. St. Albans, amazing. If we can keep that heat going until the 12th of November, that would be really cool. Now, as you guys know, I don't normally tell people where I am going to be, but I'm running a big seminar in the UK on the 12th of November. So I am super excited to let you guys know. It's going to be the only time you know where I am for the rest of this year. And probably well into next year. But, you know, I am going to be there with bells on, and we're going to be running an absolutely incredible, incredible soul school. I am so flattered. Hey, Jay, I hope you're well. Lucy, I love that. I love that. I'm running soul school number 3. And I'm flattered, like totally flattered. I've had people from Finland reaching out saying, we've booked our tickets, we're on our way. I've got people from, I can't remember whereabouts in America, but they're coming. Like, literally, people are flying from all in. And I am shocked by this because it's just a day event. And I'm like, I just feel completely in awe of you guys. And I promise you, I am going to bring it, and I am going to bring it big time. I am going to, literally, the way that I'm feeling at the moment is like a whole new level on top of what I've ever felt before. I have done 14 days of fasting. Today is the first day that I have had a tiny little, oh God, here goes the pervert. Excuse my friend Lizzie and my moderator. Excuse her, Jay, honestly, you'll get used to her. So yeah, basically, today is the first day that I have been back eating. I had a phone call from my trainer this morning out of the blue, because we weren't supposed to be training today, and he was like, hey, I'm back from where I was supposed to be, like, do you want to train? And I'm like, yeah, of course I do. So it got to about, I actually did about 15 days in total from the last time that I ate to when I ate. And what I basically did is I went training, I had a juice, And then I had some banana. Oh my goodness gracious me. It was just heaven on earth. So I've had a little bit of banana today, and I have had a tiny little sliver of mango, which was just like heaven on earth. For those of you that don't know me, or you don't follow me on social media and you just catch up with me here on YouTube, or on my Facebook when I do these lives, I'm a massive mango fan. I love it so much. I never used to eat it, and then I put those magical capsules into my diet, and I eat every single fruit on the planet now. Now, I'm just going to go off on a little bit of a tangent in regards to, because we're going to be talking about Ascension symptoms today. And God, I hope you guys are grateful. I've written a big, long list of things for you. But basically, with regards to the fast, basically the way that I do, please do add me on Instagram. You can go over to my description field of this video and you can find me on Instagram. You can find me on TikTok. You can find me obviously on YouTube, obviously on Facebook, because this is going out live on both of those platforms now. I'm all over the place. So yeah, it would be really, 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 really great to connect with you guys, because all I see is pictures of you on here, or just your letter of your name or something. I don't even get to see who you are. So at least on Instagram, I get to see who some of you guys are. And I do these videos constantly on there as well. You'll get to see me training my Muay Thai. You'll get to see me speaking at things. You'll get to see all of these weird and wonderful things that I get up to. So it's really cool. Anyway, as I was saying, I went training this morning completely unexpectedly. I knew that I was going to go and exercise because I do every day. But I basically went and did quite a heavy Muay Thai session, which is my favorite thing, absolute favorite thing. I love Thai boxing over everything. I was actually chatting to my trainer today about the fact that, I really should at my age be doing more yoga, be doing more Pilates, that kind of stuff. But here I am. I'm still getting the guns out, ladies and gents, and I'm still punching and I'm still kicking and I'm still going for it. And I still do a lot of running and weight training, which is great. I absolutely love it. But let me tell you straight, I am so ready to get some protein back in my body. I am so ready to chew. Today, chewing was amazing, really, really amazing. But look at my skin, ladies and gents. Not bad, hey? I am literally glowing from the inside out right now. I just cannot even say to you, I am glowing and I feel so happy. I feel so happy. Genuinely, I feel so happy. And I am just thank you, Jay. I appreciate it. I really, really do appreciate it. And I know it. This is the thing. I know I am looking good. I'm going to share some pictures actually on my Instagram stories and my Facebook stories to show you guys the kind of process that I've gone through in the last couple of weeks. And, I feel incredible. I feel happier than ever. The connections and the relationships and everything that it's just next level. And again, this is kind of looping in really nicely to the subject that I am going to be speaking about today. So I have written quite a lot of notes, guys, because there are so many different things that I need to cover off. But before I get on to those, and thank you for all the compliments about my dress. I love green. This is the green of Soul School, and this is the green that I link to the heart chakra. So whenever I'm wearing green like this, and I've got so much green, I never used to wear it at all. And then all of a sudden, probably about 2 years ago, I just started I have to wear more green. I have to activate the heart chakra within everybody. Obviously, that's my job. I've been doing that for the last 10 years, but it's very important. And I love this color. And whereas I used to be green, gross, now everything green I absolutely love. So thank you for noticing that. I really appreciate it. So today, yes, the other thing that I wanted to just quickly talk about is the video that I did last Monday around spiritual callings, to divine destinations, has really connected the dots for some of you. And I'm so, so, so pleased. I've had so many messages this week saying, Lucy, you predicted this about Israel. Lucy, oh my God, you've been there. And oh my goodness, you've done that. And oh my goodness, and it is absolutely incredible. This is why I do these videos, so that you can go, right, Lucy had to go there and she had to shift the energies in readiness for the purging or in readiness for what is going to come next. So I just want to say thank you so much to each and every one of you that do take the time to message me and just say, you know, like your opinions or where you're at or the messages that you've got or connections, because it's really, really beautiful when you guys start to get all of the downloads and the insights starting to come in, premised off of what I've been doing. So thank you and well done, and keep it going, guys. Like I said to Jay a short time ago, all of my details are in the description field of this video. So please, please, please do go over there, and you can contact me by any of the means on there. Absolutely. So the last thing I want to say on fasting before I talk about Soul School, because Soul School is my absolute passion project, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that. But the last thing that I want to say on fasting is I actually did 14 days, which basically equates to 14 years, believe it or not. That is how many years I've gone back fasting. So I am now at a place from a healing perspective where my body was when I was 30. Believe it or not, I'm 44. People get really shocked. I had a man over the weekend say to me, Lucy, you're beautiful. How old are you? And I told him, and he was like, shut up. There is no way that you are. But it's true, I am. And I've basically rewound my body, rewound my healing journey back to being 30 by doing this the way that I'm doing. Now, a lot of people say to me, so Lucy, like, do you intermittent fast now? Do you do this now? Do you do that now? And the God's honest truth is no. What I'm basically doing when I come off of a fast is I eat when my body says, okay, we need something now. And it could be my mouth needs to chew, but it could be that my stomach is rumbling. Do you get what I mean? And obviously I'm keeping the juices and I'm keeping the water up really, really high at the same time, because I have to do that. You cannot overload your body with food straight away after. It takes a really long time. It's going to take me about a week or so to even be able to kind of like constitute what you guys would call a normal meal, you know? So it's absolutely amazing what's been taking place in my physical body. And like I say, considering the last 6 months of what's gone on in my personal life, I tell you, this has been the best healing journey I have ever done. It's been easier. It's been more processing, as in processing emotions and feelings. I feel stronger than ever. I ran 5K with a group of people that I go running with on Saturday morning. I've trained all the way through, other than when I was water fasting. That's the only time that I stopped. And, you know, at my age, like it's a pretty big deal to be able to do that. So it's absolutely amazing that I've been able to do this. Yeah, it's interesting that you're saying you can't even eat red meat or dairy. I don't eat red meat and I don't eat dairy either, but that's because of reasons that my body cannot process it. To be fair, I don't eat any meat. No smutty comments, thank you. Thank you very much. But basically, I don't eat any meat in my diet because it doesn't work for me. It makes me feel extremely tired. I let people do whatever they want to do. There's some people that can process it, some people can't. I physically cannot. And with dairy, I get spots in this kind of area down here. So I'm not prepared to put that in my body. Like every now and again, I have a bit of halloumi because I'm a massive fan of halloumi, but like literally it will be once in a real blue moon and I will just expect the output of that. Do you get what I mean? But actually what's happening right now is definitely through the subject that I'm going to be talking about today, you're going to notice why a lot of our food choices are changing. It's amazing what's going on right now. And thank you, Lizzie. I appreciate that. I know I'm at the best that I've ever been right now. I look the best. I'm looking in the mirror, like literally I'm walking around my place naked most of the time because I'm like, this mama is hot right now. Literally I am. I'm like, I am so happy to be just wandering around and appreciating my own body, you know. So I'm absolutely ecstatic with the way that I am physically looking. But for me, it's not about the physical. For me, it's about the heartbreak. It's been about healing the womb. It's been it's been a real process to allow my heart to be put back together. And that is so good. Like, I am so happy and I am so in love with life. My digestive system feels incredible, absolutely incredible. And this is the girl who was literally so caught up. Like, I used to go to the toilet once every 2 weeks, guys, like once every 2 weeks. That's how bad my digestive was trapped and how my traumas were impacting the way that my physical body was working. Now, like I say, I've had to go through lots of different things, and life is never going to stop happening for us. So when these things happen, we need to take time to process. So for me personally, having a very public relationship breakdown in April, a miscarriage, and all of the other traumas that had to come off the back of that, the fight or flight mode, the nonsense that has had to go on, which nobody knows about, it puts pressure on the body. So for the last couple of weeks, it's been amazing to be able to release that and actually allow me to just process all of this nonsense that has been, none of my own doing, but of course I've called it in on some level, and we will talk about that. So I'm just going to talk about Soul School now, because Soul School is my baby, my absolute baby. Soul School, ladies and gents, for those of you that don't know, is a massive passion project of mine. Soul School is something that fed through to me back in 2016, 2017. And I was shown that I had to have 5 healing centers around the world. And alongside these healing centers was going to be this community whereby the soul could get reactivated and sent back to do what it was initiated to do. So my perspective, my belief system is that we've all been sent down here with a mission. We've all been sent down here to remember certain things and to carry that forwards and bring that imprint to the earth. Some people call that New Earth. Some people call that Shambhala. Some people call that, revolution and whatever language resonates with you. Just that's what I'm talking about right now. So for me personally, I know that I got sent down here to activate the hearts of millions of people around the world. I know that I got sent down here to remind people of what their divine purpose was when they incarnated in this physical vessel. So I'm physically Lucy Davis this lifetime. Doesn't matter who I might have been in previous lifetimes, but this is who I am this lifetime. And my job is to activate people. So when I got this insight, when I got this download from God, from source, from the divine, whatever you want to call it, that these soul schools were required to bring the people back online, and also these healing centers to remind them that they could heal themselves. My mission from that day forwards has to be to create the physical versions of those. So through 2022 and through 2023, I have been running seminars that basically bring the soul back online. And this is what I call Soul School. Now, the output of these sessions, so whatever profit gets made off the back of doing these, is going into building the physical soul schools and the physical healing centers around the world. And as I've said, there's 5. One will be in the UK, one in North America, one in South America, one in Europe, and one in Asia. That's where they're going to be, those 5 locations. Okay, in fact, it's Australia, my apologies. So that's where they're going to be. All right, I've been given the exact locations of where they're supposed to be. So what I have been doing over the last couple of years, I scheduled to do it in 2020, but obviously the universe had other ideas. And basically from there, what I have been doing is creating many, many different avenues to create the abundance for the physical. I don't tell anyone where the exact locations are. You guys will know when it's done, but I've been given the exact locations where they're meant to be. So basically, it's down to me, Lucy Davis, physical version, to figure out how I'm going to create the abundance. So the way that I've been doing this is I've been running seminars. You know, I run seminars to be able to do this. The healing hangs. Whenever I run healing hangs, the money goes into the pot for Soul School. Whenever I run in-person events, it goes into the pot for the physical Soul School. Whenever I, you know, I've reignited the rebel movement, some of you would have seen. And with that, I'm helping hundreds of people around the world. I mean, we've got 60 people in the team in 6 weeks, right? And this is helping people create abundance, and whatever abundance I get goes into the Soul School pot, because my mission here on earth is to create a safe space for all of us to go, get our heads together and be able to create the world that we are looking to live in going forwards. Now, people said to me when I created Soul School, and I had a little bit of a limiting belief about this myself, I was like, school is so three-dimensional. School is so indoctrinated. You know, all of my limiting beliefs came up around school. And I'll be honest with you guys, I really freaking hated school. Like, I hated school. And I don't use that word very often, but I did. It was a waste of time. It was boring. Like, none of it made sense to me. History was a load of absolute nonsense. It just didn't make logical sense. You know, RE was just like, pff, you know, like that was my belief system of school. So when I was like, Soul School, this is the name I've been given for this, it didn't make sense to me because there was limitations, there was restrictions, there was kind of like pushback from myself. And then I checked myself. We're supposed to be imprinting the way that we want the new world to be. So why can't we take a word that everybody knows and turn it into something better? Turn it into something that is going to transform the world. Turn it into something which is me in a human vessel, right? I'm all about transformations. I am all about bringing the world back online. And interestingly enough, the rebel movement is about doing health differently, creating wealth differently, because this is me at the core. I am at the core a rebel. I like to do things differently. I like to create a revolution. Like, I was one of the leaders. I was one of the people that was leading the protests in London during 2020 and 2021. And that's something that I keep quite quiet these days, but it's the truth. Like, I can't help being that person. I am here to ruffle the feathers. I'm here to shake things up and bring us back into alignment. People have such limiting beliefs, and just because school right now may not align to our values, align to our vision, it doesn't mean that we can't utilize that word and create a very safe space for us, for our peers, for our children. This is about leaving an imprint for our children to take forwards. And everything that we should be doing is about activation of the soul, not the mind. And again, this leads really beautifully into what I'm going to be talking about this evening, about ascension symptoms. We absolutely, oh, Jay, stick around because this is what I'm going to be talking about today. Literally, this is what I'm going to be talking about today. Soul School is about figuring out who you are at your core, who you are at your essence. It's not about what the world wants you to be. It's about you at your essence. It's about the invocation of your heart. It's about saying, no, this is the driver. This is the core of Lucy Davis, not this. This can tell me, oh, school is a bad word. Nobody's going to come. You know, why would they want to hear what you've got to say? But this, the heart of a lion, the heart that knows that everybody right now is struggling because nothing makes sense anymore. The food they used to eat doesn't make sense anymore. The people they hang around, they're doing their head in. The job that they do, the career that they're in, they're like, oh God, how on earth? I don't want to be doing this anymore. And this is what Soul School is about. It's about replugging you into your truth, plugging you back in to your harmonious frequency. Not the frequency that the world told you to be, not the frequency that your wife or your husband or your girlfriend or your boyfriend told you to be. This is about you remembering who at your essence you incarnated to be this lifetime. The more we wait for people to come and save us, the more we wait, the more treachery, the more disaster we will see around the world. This is about taking our power back. This is about remembering who the fuck we are. This is about my soul. And honestly, any of you guys that come to Soul School, you will see me in a very different light, like a very different light. There is a power that works through me. And I don't even know, well, I do know what it is, but I'm not going to share that publicly. There is a power that works through me that I cannot even say to you. I know stuff about you that I have no way of knowing what is about you, and I invoke that. I bring that back online and I remind you of your power, and you go and get it. Your world will change, your life will change, your health will change, your vision will change, your psychic abilities will change, your gifts will come online. If you're up for it, you will gain more abundance. You will have a soul family connection like you will never, ever, ever have imagined before in your life. And that, my friends, is why it's called Soul School. I'm not the freaking headmaster. I'm your mirror. I don't need to be a headmaster at Soul School. My soul dances and your soul dances. Now, if you're on my Instagram, you may have seen a little reel that I put out last week, maybe, when I announced that Soul School 3 was ready to go. And it's going to be held in Birmingham in the United Kingdom, by the way, guys. Any of you that are coming, I can't wait to squeeze you and give you so many hugs and cuddles and just dance with you and everything else that we're going to be doing. Anyway, any of you that come know that your soul is going to get a reboot. It is a reset. It is a restart. I am nothing but your peer. I am nothing but somebody that when I remember this. So you know what? I'm actually going to just trust that you guys are going to remember it when you feel it. Oh, it's coming to the US, guys. It's coming to the US. You don't need to worry. Like, honestly, I will be in the US. I know. I say I know. I don't know the exact location, but I know where I'm going to be running one of the first Soul Schools. Like, I've been given a location, but I don't know the place, if that makes sense. But I've been given the state in which it's going to be in. Okay? I'm coming for you guys. I promise. I promise you guys, I'm coming, and I will, as soon as I bloody can, I'm going to be on that plane and over there. I know that there is, I know there's a lot of resistance at the moment because of the noise and things like that are taking place. But I promise you, I am going to, probably the start of 2024, I am going to look to get over there and do this. Like, 2024 is going to see a whole new version of Lucy Davis hit this planet. I have got so many opportunities. I've been gifted so much gold, and I am going to be sharing that with the world. I'm going to be in Australia. For those of you in Australia, I know you're all asleep right now, but I will be obviously I'll be back in the UK. We're going to be doing one in Europe. We're going to be over in the US. We're going to, like, literally, this 2024 is going to be going off, because 2024 is the year that everything is going to change. 2025, my job is done. I'll still be doing soul schools and things like that, but my energy work, it will be done. I love it, but God, I can't wait. I can't wait to take some time out from it. Anyway, right, who's ready to talk about Ascension symptoms right now? Whoop, whoop, whoop. I am. I'm so freaking pumped about Soul School, ladies and gents. By the way, it's on the 12th of November. It's starting at 11 o'clock in the morning in Birmingham in the United Kingdom. And the reason we're starting at 11 is because we thought that everybody still had enough time to drive from wherever they are. So you don't need an overnight stay if you don't want to. Obviously, you can if you want to. But for those of you that just want to come for the day, like, literally, you can come for the day and you can get home, and we are going to literally rip it up. And I have sent a picture to one of my team of exactly what's going to happen in the skies when Soul School is over. For those of you that came to Manchester, you know, we had amazing sunsets afterwards. And for about, I don't know, weeks and weeks, they had blue skies. And that's unheard of in Manchester in February. So I'm super, super pumped about it. Anyway, enough about that. Let's talk about Ascension symptoms, because Ascension symptoms are rife right now. Now, I'm going to share my opinion very, very quickly. Now, in fact, before I share my opinion very quickly, never very quickly, this is my perspective on this subject. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm wrong. What I'm saying I'm doing here is I'm sharing my views on a subject that I feel very, very, very passionate about. If they don't align to yours, like, we don't need to get into a heated discussion about it or whatever. You can either just switch off or listen with, you know, and just don't consume it if it doesn't resonate with you. Like, this is how we should be treating everything to do with social media now. If it resonates, great, listen to it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. So I'm going to really contradict the title of this video now when I say this. I don't actually like the terminology ascension, ladies and gents. I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't like the term ascension. I'm going to explain to you why it's called ascension, and then I'm going to explain to you why I feel it's something different. So basically, the planet, if you hadn't noticed right now, or Earth, whatever you want to, however you resonate to it, it's basically vibrating a very, very, very different frequency right now. And that is because we are physically shifting. We are physically moving. The Earth is physically moving. And this is what people are calling ascension. Because we're vibrating at a much higher rate, what we're having to do is we're trying to balance and recalibrate to cope with this new vibration, this faster vibration that we're having taken place. So this is why a lot of people call it ascension, as we are physically moving up as well, which obviously is ascending. Now, for me personally, I believe, and this is my terminology and my perspective, that in fact, what ascension means is we're actually stepping out of a world of atrocities, a world of victim, a world of hurt, a world of pain, a world of fear, a world of indoctrination, a world of everything that we've been speaking about in the last 3 years. And we're stepping into a world which is love. We are stepping into a world which is kindness. We are stepping into a world which is compassion. We are stepping into a world of divinity, of passions, of purpose. Now, all of that I have just spoken about comes from here. So for me, we're not on an ascension, we're on a descension from living in our head where the fear, where the mind games, where the inconsistency, where the competition, where the comparison resides. And we're going on a descension to here. And this is where the myth takes place. Because people are seeing it as something outside of them. And actually, it's very much a journey of internal. It's very much a journey of saying, I'm no longer going to create a reality that is fixated on war. And a lot of you guys will be like, hang on a minute, I'm not fixated on war. Anybody sharing anything to do with war, anything to do with anything like that, they don't realize that what they're creating is the vibration, is the frequency of that in their reality. And I speak about this constantly, ladies and gents, constantly. It doesn't matter where I am constantly talking about this. Your internal world is reflected on the external. If you have no money, you don't think you're worthy of having money. If you are unhealthy, if you are unfit, if you do not have a body that you are proud to look at, it, like I was saying earlier, I'm walking around everywhere naked where I'm allowed to at the moment because I'm so proud of what I'm looking at. If you don't have that, it's because you don't think that you are valuable. You don't love yourself. So on the external world, you're seeing the self-sabotage. You're doing things that are sabotaging you. Now, I know whenever I speak like this triggers the heck out of people. Why on earth would money want to be in your life if you don't think that you deserve having a relationship with it? If you don't think you're worthy, it'll just flit straight through your fingers. It'll just disappear. Whereas if you go, wow, money is valuable, it's the energy, it's the currency of the world, and actually I deserve this. I deserve to be able to help and serve other people. Now, yes, many people out there, they help and they serve people because they give up their time or whatever. But they don't have that time in the first place to be able to do it. So now imagine that you are in a position whereby you are so financially abundant, you can willingly give an hour or you can donate money. That's what I'm talking about. Ascension is about descending from in your brain the nonsense, the ego that holds you back, and actually allowing you to come into creation. We have been living in a world whereby every single thing has been to control us, to get us caught up in a cycle. We need the next best house. We need the next newest car. I mean, in the UK now, I can't speak about anywhere else around the world, but in the UK now, they do 2 new number plates a year for new cars. Why? My whole life, it was 1 a year. And then all of a sudden, probably freaking 20 years ago now, but it feels like it was yesterday, all of a sudden, 2 number plates are coming in. Why? Oh, because they'll buy more, they'll buy more, they'll want more, they'll want more. We're stuck in this perpetual cycle of next. What's the next best thing I can have? What can I have next? How can I serve myself more? Greed. But really, behind closed doors, we can't afford it. And this is the perpetual cycle. So yes, the vibration of the planet is shaking everything up and out, which is why we're seeing the treacherous subjects such as trafficking, pedophilia, abuse, things like that. We're seeing that take place because the only way to get it off of this planet is to shake it out the way. And this, my friends, is ascension. This, my friends, is dissension from in the head into the heart. None of us would allow that kind of behavior from our heart. We wouldn't. None of us. And that is why, as we are stepping into the ascension journey, actually it's about unwinding everything that we have ever had and ever been told and ever been led to believe. So like I say, I took a lot of time, ladies and gents, to write a big blooming long list. I kid you not. I've written a big long list. Let me know in the chat box if any of these things resonate with you, okay? I want to see the big thumbs up on my YouTube video. I want to see the hearts on Facebook. I want to see it all going on as I'm talking through this, because this took me a lot of time, ladies and gents. So the first sign of what we're calling ascension symptoms in this video, or from stepping out of your head and into your divine heart space, is your mission is calling. You might not know what that mission is, but we are all being called for service right now. Let me know. This is very much myself. Like I said, Soul School is my service to humanity. It really is my service to humanity. Now, the way that this may well be showing up in our lives, ladies and gents, is no, I'm talking about ascension symptoms today. I've never said anything about talking about fasting, not in the slightest. So what we're talking about here is you might be getting annoyed with people. You might be getting annoyed with people at work. You might be, getting angry, or you might be going, hang on a minute, these people, I don't want to be around them anymore. And this is a sign of being called to service. This is a sign of being called to step into your divinity. Ladies and gents, if you are getting annoyed at people or annoyed at yourself for doing something, recognize this in yourself. Another sign of moving from your head and into your heart, or ascending, as we like to say, is 1 minute you're absolutely exhausted and you're needing to have nanny naps in the afternoon. And then the next minute you're bouncing off the freaking walls. That's me to a T right now. I really appreciate all the comments on green, guys. I really, really do. The way that you can navigate this is up your water. Get decent amount of sleep if you possibly can. Allow your food choices, like Jay was saying earlier, I can't eat red meat anymore. I can't tolerate dairy anymore. Listen to that. This is your body letting you know you are going from being carbon into crystalline. Of course, things are going to change. You may be dreaming more than ever. You may be dreaming. I had the most wild dream last night, ladies and gents. This is really, really wild. I'm going to go off on a quick little tangent here, but I had the most profound dream last night, right? So I dream every night. I go off and I do my work. I do healing. I'm in a super conscious state, and I am having really amazing, where I've been fasting, it's very, very profound. Anyway, last night, my ex came to me and groveled, like literally was on his hands and knees, begging for forgiveness, begging. And I was like, I've got nothing to say to you. Like literally, I've got absolutely nothing to say to you. And he was begging for forgiveness. And I came out of this like super conscious state that I was in, and I was like, wow, that was really, really, really intense, because I have forgiven so deeply over the course of the last few weeks that I have been, yes, yes, I did say that. I literally was like, I have let go of so much in the last 2 weeks. So to have this come into my super conscious was like, oh my freaking God, this is wild, because I have forgiven everything. I don't need to talk about it. I don't need to share it. I don't need to bring attention to it. But I know that I have literally processed it all. And I was just like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not gonna go. Like, I'm not gonna have anything to do with you. Like, this is my boundaries. I'm good. Like, look at me. I am good. Like, literally, this is what I was doing in my super conscious state. It was wild. So let me tell you, ladies and gents, if you are having profound dreams right now, like, just lean into them. Get the messages. It's extremely, extremely profound. Yeah, he was on his knees. Genuinely, he was on his knees begging. And he was giving me all these reasons as to why I should forgive him. And it was absolutely intriguing. Yes, I did say October energy would bring in the X's. And it's really interesting, Deborah. It has been extremely, extremely profound as to what is going on. It's really profound. So another sign of your ascension symptoms is, if you've been avoiding your shadow work, it's going to be very intense for you right now. You'll be having the feelings of guilt, shame, blame, hurt, anger. All of this will be coming up quite profound for you. So you may be stepping in and out of emotions. You may find yourself crying for no reason whatsoever. Exactly, Dee. And, that's down to him. It's nothing to do with me. It's extremely important that we recognize if we are having outbursts of emotion. That could look like anger, that could look like crying, that could look like anything. Just recognize that this is your shadow saying, please, please, please do the work. Don't pretend that you've done it. Do the work. Lifestyle choices are changing. Maybe you might find yourself, like Jay, stepping away from red meat. Maybe you might find yourself putting more fruits and vegetables into your diet. Maybe you may find yourself, like myself, feeling much more comfortable fasting longer periods and, just juicing or something like that, or maybe having one meal a day or whatever. Very, very, very important. Danny has just said a very, very important piece. And literally the next word, Danny, you couldn't have spoken it a better time. Headaches. Headaches. This is about this journey of the descent from living in the head into the divine heart space. Now, if you are experiencing headaches, look at what is in your head right now. What is going on in there? A lot of people are reaching out to me with headaches, and I'll be really real about this. What I'm noticing is that the people that are having the headaches are the people that are very much still caught up in watching the old stuff of the last few years. My recommendation would be to step away from social media where you possibly can. Step away from, even if you feel that you can observe and not consume, step away from that for a while and actually allow your brain to just take a little bit of time out. It is really, really quite intense. But look at all my bruises. It's really quite interesting right now as to the way that the manipulation is taking place. And we don't realize, I know I'm sat here on social media now because this is the way that I communicate with you guys. But what we don't realize is that social media is actually playing a part of creating the headaches and creating the noise within our brain and the justification that a lot of people are suggesting that they need to do right now, to justify their moves, to justify their choices, things like that. So very, very interesting. I'm going to whittle through a few of these quite quickly now. Nauseousness. Let me know if any of these are taking place with you. Nauseousness, sensitivity to light, sensitivity to sounds, sleepless nights, lots of sleep, bouts of fatigue, super high energy, nauseousness, diarrhea, vomiting, hot and cold. Yeah, so when there's popping going on, the way that I'm interpreting that at the moment is the popping is basically us going up slightly higher vibration. We're what's the word I'm looking for? Balancing is the word that I'll use, but it's a word beginning with E. We're basically equalizing. That's the word that we're doing. We're equalizing. We're basically allowing ourselves to just get equalized within the vibrations of the energies that are coming through. You're not anemic. Trust me, you will not be anemic. I don't care what the doctors have said. This will be a suck of the energy field within you. That is what is taking place. Very, very easy. Up your greens. That's the best way to do that. I don't eat meat. And trust me, they've told me many, many times, my capsules are a very, very good way to get your levels back in a line. Equalization, yes, exactly. My capsules are the best way to do that. They've helped me. And get onto the deep leafy greens, definitely get into the pumpkin seeds, things like that are really, really, really helping boost that. You do not need meat to bring it back on. Obviously, if you want to eat meat, but I know you said earlier that you don't want to. Danny, sweating in the sleep is another. This is actually a trauma response within the body, believe it or not, babes. I think you're coming to Soul School, aren't you? I'll probably be able to whip that out you at Soul School. It's something that's very, very profound, and it's actually a trauma response of the physical body, and it's noticeable in men more so than women, interestingly enough. And it is something that has gone on way back when, and I don't know why I'm getting 7 with you. It's something that happened when you were in and around the age of 7. And this is basically what's coming through you now. And the pressure of that is weighing heavy on your head, which is why you're getting the headaches. And this, your body is trying to purge it through sweat. So just take a little look at that, babes. And I think I saw that you were coming to Soul School. So if you are, we'll look to whip that out of you through the meditations, babes. Don't you worry about that. Head tingles, forehead pulsating, sparkles, shadows in your peripheral vision, throat issues, deja vus, lots of things like that, right? It's just absolutely unbelievable. The deja vu that is taking place, the throat issues that are happening, the mothballs almost that people have got. Bright lights with eyes shut. So you may be shutting your eyes, ready to go off to bed, and you've got these really bright lights beaming at you. This is all part of these Ascension symptoms. Awesome, Danny. I will make sure that we do that. We do that there. I promise you. Everything is going to get obliterated when you're at Soul School, because we need to get rid of all this nonsense. Music, when it's silent, you can hear music, or you can hear people talking or something like that. That's very common taking place at the moment. Pains in joints. That's what's going to be taking place. Growing pains, interestingly enough, even though we're way past the growing pains range. Ringing in the ears. Yeah, eye twitching. I had that this morning. Thank you for speaking about that, Lashana. I appreciate that. I had this eye twitch this morning. It was very interesting. And normally that is a tiredness thing, but okay, Danny, I'm glad that came through right for you. I was feeling very strong. It was 7 for you. So this is where we'll go back to when we're at Soul School, and I will help just clear that once and for all very, very, very quickly. You'd be amazed at what I can do in a day. Honestly, it's like bish bash bosh. We can just clear it all and let's just go and live our lives and get connected even more. Presence of knowing spirit is around you. How many of you are kind of seeing things or feeling things or knowing things, and you're like, I don't even know how I knew this, but oh my goodness, I know it with every cell in my body right now. You know, it's fascinating. Heightened intuition, your psychic capabilities, your heart is working in a completely different way. I've been working with one of my beautiful team, and he had closed his heart off quite significantly. And, you know, I've been doing some really, really beautiful work with him. And he's just like, oh my God, my heart just feels so different now. And I'm like, you're so welcome. Upgrades are taking place, activations are taking place. We're really bringing the heart back online, because remember, as much as it's an ascension in vibration, i.e. we're vibrating quicker, it's a descension from the brain into the heart. Decluttering. How many of you are literally on I want to throw everything away. I want to declutter my friendship. I want to declutter my job. I want to declutter my work. I want to do everything right now. Like, all of these are just so profound, and we don't know where it's coming from. Like, I found myself just ripping everything out of my cupboards the other day, and I'm like, wowzers, like, brilliant. This is just amazing. So, being away from technology, this is me to a T. I want to be away from technology. I want to be away from, like, I want to protect myself more than I have ever protected myself before. You know, crying, emotions for no reason. We're purging. Feeling disconnected from your relationships. How many of you out there are like, I don't want to be with this person anymore. I actually don't want to be around my boss anymore. I don't want to be around my friends anymore. My friends don't want to be around me anymore. All of this is about ascending. Disassociation from friends and family. Loss of interest in certain people, certain things. And all of a sudden you've got new interests in wanting to go out into nature. Wanting to be around different people, wanting to meditate, wanting to sit on your own, wanting to sit with the sun just shining on your face. Alcohol is a turn off. Certain foods are a turn off. Blurry eyes. Has anybody noticed blurry eyes? I get that a lot, and I'm like, meh, I'm off technology. Isolation. This is me big time. I'm loving the isolation. I am loving it right now. Fascinating. A feeling of peace. A feeling of peace that we may have never known before. Just going to go back up the comments in a minute. With everything, you're like, meh, not getting involved. Drama over there, meh, not happening. Not going to be around that. Literally, you're just like, I'm choosing peace over everything. And this is what is so fascinating. A lot of people have been really struggling because where I used to be like, stand my ground, put boundaries in place, I'm just like, oh, whatever. Can't be bothered with it. Literally, I just walk away from it because I know karma's going to bite their butt. Am I right in thinking, Lucy, that some of us are connected to the elements of Mother Earth, that we feel what happens on Mother Earth is floods, earthquakes, etc.? Yeah. So, Danny, basically, there's a lot of people on the planet right now that are connected to an element of, like, we're all, by our star signs, everything like that, we're all connected to an element. What is happening is people like myself, there's many of us that are doing it, are going around the world and we're reactivating the core energies of Gaia. I actually have a very, very, very profound relationship with Gaia in the sense that I get to feel all of the different elements. And I've been feeling this since I was in Vietnam. I remember the day that it actually initiated in me. And I didn't know that it initiated in me. But now every time I ask when it came in, it was exactly the time in Vietnam. And I was surrounded by the elements. Everywhere I went, I was like, why are these elements all around me? Like, what are you trying to, what message are you trying to give me? And that is, I had already made a covenant with Gaia in 2016, but this was slightly after that. And, so every single one of us right now is aligned to one or more of those elements. And this is why we are feeling in certain ways. Some of us are becoming quite fiery because we are linked to the earthquakes. Some of us are becoming quite teary and emotional because we are purging on behalf of the collective. So yes, you're absolutely correct. And there are some people right now that are literally changing everything because of their links to Gaia and because they are trusting more than they've ever trusted before. Something else that may align with you right now, ladies and gents, as well, is around telepathy. Like, I am finding extremely, extremely profound connections with people. I have a connection with somebody that I don't actually know that well. Like, I know from past lives, many, many, many past lifetimes, that I have been with this person and we've done some really cool shit, but I don't know them that well in this lifetime. I really don't. I've spent time with them, yeah, but I don't know them that well. Blimey O'Reilly, we know everything about each other. Like, literally, we know everything about each other. I'll be talking about something and he'll message me, or he'll be doing something and I'll message him about that exact thing. It's really, really, really interesting. So do recognize that all of these symptoms that I've spoken about, they're all part of it. Now, to be ascending or to be descending from your head into your heart, whichever one resonates with you, you don't have to be feeling it all, ladies and gents. It might just be one thing. It might just be one thing. It might just be that it is so much heightened having your connection. It might be that you are feeling nauseous. Like, honestly, there was one point in the last couple of weeks where I was like, God, am I pregnant? And there is no way I could be pregnant. But I was like, am I pregnant? Because the whole time I just wanted to vomit. Like, I was getting morning sickness. And I'm like, I definitely can't, other than birthing new earth, like, I'm not birthing anything right now. And, so it was very interesting. I was like, wow, this is quite profound that I'm feeling nauseous. Now, I haven't felt nauseous since when I was pregnant back in April. So, I know that isn't an Ascension symptom. I know now it is, but back then it wasn't. It was because obviously I was carrying an embryo, a baby at the time, which is why, I obviously had those feelings. But now if you're feeling it, and likewise, if you've only got one of those big long lists, and there's more things, by the way, I just wrote down as many as I possibly could to help you guys get aligned to what I'm talking about. And obviously my perspective on how I feel in alignment with the words ascension and the descension and whatever. I just know if I put descension, people would be like, a descent? Oh my God, we're descending, because people align, like negative connotations to that, devil, hell, all those kind of things. So this is why I wanted to really, really air it publicly and just talk about things, openly. Now, you don't have to agree with it. You don't have to agree with anything that I've said, but these are things that I have noticed, my clients have noticed, And it's just different people are feeling different things. If you're not feeling anything, just enjoy it. Enjoy it. Maybe you are ahead of the game. Maybe you're, slightly behind some people that are going through the wave right now. Like, just embrace every single bit of it. I have noticed that I can go from literally being so high vibration, and then I'm like, okay, I need a nap now, and instantly I can fall asleep. And that's not like me at all. So this is the way that I'm purging. This is the way that I'm purging. This is the way that I'm dealing with things. And, we are all, just because I remember the work that I do, ladies and gents, for the collective in Super Conscious, we're all doing it. But please do remember that you are building up within you a number of things from your traumas. And this is what I'm saying. And Danny very vulnerably, bless his heart, shared earlier, Lucy, I'm getting headaches. And then instantly I get, okay, it happened when he was 7 years of age. This is all weighing heavy on his head. And this is because Danny hasn't gone deep enough yet. And Danny will probably be like, you, Lucy, I have, because I know him from a group chat that I'm in, and I know that he works hard on himself, and I know that he does the work. And I'm not saying that he hasn't, but my point of this is, if Danny is experiencing these headaches and this sweating and stuff, the purging, imagine what normal, average, everyday people that are pretending that they don't need to do the work are going through right now. And I commend all of you for doing the work. I know all of you are working so hard on yourself, and I want to commend you. I want to just say, like, I got you. I see you. I feel the work that you're doing. Trust me, we're purging it. Mother Nature is purging it. Why do you think I keep saying Mother Nature is going to continue to purge? She's purging on behalf of the collective, our traumas, our fears, the atrocities, everything that is taking place. I'm glad you've enjoyed this video, Jay. It's been great to have you back on. I really appreciate it. I hope this has helped some of you. I hope this has helped some of you that are going, I don't find my partner what I want anymore. I don't find my job fulfilling anymore. I want you guys to know that this is really normal in these now moments that we're going through. We are all going through such huge transformations right now. And ladies and gents, like I tell you, I've been doing this trauma release stuff for 10 years now. And I'm still processing and I'm still experiencing that. So please, let's not get complacent that we've done the work. Let's keep investing in ourselves. Let's keep showing up. Let's keep leaning on each other. Like, I've learned so much from you guys today. I love it when I get to channel stuff when I'm live. I love it. I actually want to do a Q&A session with you guys or something at some point, because I love it when people like Danny say, this is what's happening, and I can go boom and just channel exactly what's happening. I love doing that shit. Like, that's what I do at my seminars. Like, literally, I'm just a little channel and I just get really excited to share it with you. Anyway, I'm going to go because I've only got like 58 minutes before my next call, and I actually do need to try and eat some more food today. So I love you guys to the moon and stars. I really do. You guys make my year. You do. Every week I'm like, what am I going to talk about today? How am I going to do this? And then you guys just make it so passionate, so powerful. You make me want to be a better person every single time I show up, genuinely. And I'm feeling really freaking good right now. So like, the fact that I want to be even better than I am right now, like I just can't wait to be with you guys in Soul School in Birmingham on the 12th of November. Before then, between now and then, I'm doing some massive energy work. So from not next week, the week after, I'm back on the road. I'm going to be doing so much more energy shifting. I'm going to be bringing so much to you. And I am going to look to lock down a date for the first half of 2024 for me to get my cute little backside over to America and absolutely rock this with you guys over there. I love you guys to the moon and stars. I cannot wait to see you next week. I cannot wait to see you at Soul School. I cannot wait to see my conscious conversation community in an hour's time, less than an hour's time. And everybody else, I'll keep in touch with you on social media. Love you guys to the moon and stars. Don't forget to go and check out the description field if you want to come to Soul School or anything like that. I will see you guys next week. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love you. I love you. I love you.